Check 1 2. 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 Is it coming through?
Yeah.
Check 1 2.
All right. So that should be good. The batteries look good. All right.
Check 1 2. Quick mic check. Check 1 2. About 2 minutes away, we'll get underway tonight with the regional final game here on Zaleski Sports. Why don't you play 2 commercials or so, or 3, and I'll take that.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Hosting a tournament, running a sports camp, collecting team fees, youth or adult, Tournament Depot offers end-to-end solutions for everything you need to make running your organization a pleasure. Quick registration setup, team management, communication, leaderboard, online updates, simple and or self-check-in. Don't hate the bookkeeping process. Let us help make them painless and quick. Let us show you how easy it can be. Check us out at tournamentdepot.com or call us at 612-524-9981 for information.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great childcare you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Marshfield, Wisconsin. We are once again at Columbus Catholic High School here in Marshfield for WIAA Regional Final Boys Basketball tonight in Division 5. We've got the Edgar Wildcats taking on the Marshfield Columbus Dons for a chance to go on to sectionals. There are only 16 teams left in the Division 5 field, and we've got 2 of them right in front of us. Columbus and Edgar tonight doing battle in Columbus. Columbus is the number 2 seed. Edgar is the number 3 seed. Looking forward to this one. Packed house. We got here about an hour early, and it was already bumper-to-bumper traffic, and the stands were already full. This is Paul Knopf. Joining me on the broadcast tonight, doing the engineering, is Andy Knopf. Well, Edgar, number 3 seed. They're coming from the Marywood Conference South. Let's tell you how they got here. They knocked off Wisconsin Valley Lutheran in the first round of the regional, 56-14. They knocked off Northland Lutheran 83-46. Well, that would have been last night. Marshfield Columbus, meanwhile, they knocked off Gresham last night by a score of 69-50, and they knocked off Tigerton in the first round 69-22. Taking a look at the seasons these two teams have had, Edgar comes into this ball game with a record of 14-11. They're averaging 52.8 points per game. Again, their last game was against Northland Lutheran. They knocked Northland Lutheran off 83-46 last night. They're coached by Dave Huss. They're led in scoring by Everett Brame. He's averaging 9.4 points per game. Ashton Schuett averages 8.7. Tegan Strite averages 6.5, and Carter Butt averages 6 points per game. Meanwhile, for Columbus, another great season for Columbus. They are ranked in the state of Wisconsin in Division 5. I believe they're ranked number 5 in the state of Wisconsin. Coming into action tonight, their overall record is 22-4, averaging 71 points per game. Led in scoring by Emmett Konieczny, the sophomore, averaging just under 14. Sam Wilczek, the senior, averages 12.3. Blake Jacoby, another sophomore, averages 12. For the Dons, Charlie Moore also comes off the bench, contributing about 10 points per game. For the Columbus Dons, one of the top three-point shooters in the state of Wisconsin, Blake Jacoby actually wrapped up the Division 5 three-point challenge as the number 2 overall three-point shooter in the state of Wisconsin in Division 5. I believe his shooting percentage from downtown was close to 46%, and Charlie Moore was right behind him in the state of Wisconsin. So two of the premier outside shooters in the state suit up for Columbus tonight. This should be a good one. Got a packed house. We're going to turn it over to public address announcer Joe Byrel for tonight's national anthem and starting lineups here in Marshfield.
Good evening and welcome to the Father Hugh J. Beatty Auditorium and March Madness here at Columbus Catholic High School. Tonight, in a regional final of the Wisconsin State High School boys basketball tournament, the Wildcats of Edgar High School will take on your Columbus Dons. We would ask that you please stand and remove your hats to honor America and those defending your freedom for the playing of our national anthem, played by Dave Huss, and assisted by Jim Hyman, Tom Ballman, Chris Drowicki, and Alex Haberman. Ladies and gentlemen, dancing of all ages, get on your feet and raise the roof for the starting line with your Columbus Edgar, the 6'1", sophomore, number 0, and Kennedy. Edgar, the 6'1", senior, number 5, Cole Norrie. Edgar, a 6-foot senior, number 12, St. Wilton. Edgar, 5'11" sophomore, number 13, Blake Jacoby. And forward, a 6'1" junior, number 15, Greg Olsen.
All right, there you go. Our starting lineups tonight. The Dons will start Emma Konieczny, a 6-foot sophomore. Cole Noreen, a 6-foot senior. Charlie Moore, a 6-foot sophomore. Actually, I'm sorry, Sam Wilczek, a 5'11" senior. Blake Jacoby, a 5'9" sophomore. And Grant Olsen, a 6'1" junior. Meanwhile, the starting lineup for Edgar will start Everett Bream, a 5'11" senior. Brett Baumgartner, a 6'4" sophomore. Tegan Strite, a 5'10" sophomore. Ashton Schuett, a 6-foot senior. And Aiden Weissenberger, a 6'1" senior. This should be a good one. Dons come into this ballgame ranked in the state of Wisconsin, number 5. But Edgar, I think by most accounts, they play in a little bit tougher conference. So we'll see how this one shapes out. Right away, a turnover by Edgar as Noreen gets a steal. Here's Konieczny outside Olsen. Dons in their home white uniforms with the blue trim. Edgar in their traveling black with the green and yellow. Sharp look for the Wildcats. Here's Noreen working down low. Nice move by Noreen. Taking it between, went a little up and under action that time. Got 2 Wildcats off their feet and was able to finish. So Cole Noreen in the scoring column early for Columbus. Like to see him hunting his shot just a little bit. Into the front court, ball tipped out of bounds, and it went off the hand of Brett Baumgartner. Konieczny was able to tip it, deflected it, and Baumgartner stuck his hand out there, and the sophomore knocked it out of bounds, so another turnover. 2 empty possessions for Edgar. Edgar in the Merriwood Conference. They've got some tough teams over there. Perennial powerhouses, Stratford. Marathon having a great year. Wilczek goes down the lane, and let's see, they're going to wipe it off. We've got to travel. Wilczek stuck it on his hip, as he often does, to protect the ball that time, and the ref said he took 1 extra step. So there's the Dons' first turnover. Weissenberger playing catch with Brame. Schuett. Now they cross the timeline to Brame. Outside to Weissenberger. Corner for Baumgartner. Edgar's got some length. Talking to Coach Konieczny last night, they kind of see a mirror image of themselves, the Dons do, with the Wildcats. Noreen up high for the rebound, gets it Konieczny. Now the Dons might have numbers. Up ahead, Jacoby. Good job of getting back by Edgar. Here's Grant Olsen, outside Wilczek. Puts on the deck with the right hand, back outside Olsen. He'll shoot that left corner 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound, Weissenberger. Weissenberger up to Schuett. High post and Brame, stolen away by Wilczek. Good hands by Sam. Now Sam down the lane. Layup with the right hand is good. Defense turned into offense for Sam Wilczek, the senior on the board. So 2 seniors for the Dons. Last night it was the sophomores, 3 of them in the upper double figures. And early going right now, 2 seniors have buckets for the Dons, Noreen and Wilczek. Tegan Strite He's another sophomore, so lots of sophomores on the floor tonight. Strite, three-pointer short. Rebound comes down to Edgar, and that is Ashton Schuett, and the Wildcats are on the board. 4-2. I don't think there's going to be a ton of separation in this ballgame. I could be wrong. We will find out. That's why they play the game, but just kind of watching the warm-ups, you can kind of get a good feel for skill levels and that sort of thing in the warm-ups, and this should be a good one. 15:21 left to go. Tell you what, Gresham gave Columbus everything they could handle last night. Led most of the first half, and after watching some tape of Gresham, I believe that was as good as Gresham can play. Blake Jacoby's three-pointer blocked. So the Edgar Wildcats, reading the scouting report, closing out with a hand up. Able to tip that shot from Jacoby, one of the top three-point shooters in the state of Wisconsin. 14:56 left to go in the first half. The lead is 2 for the Dons. Jacoby out there hounding Weissenberger. Not a lot of spacing. Three-pointer on the way for Edgar is off the mark, no good. Rebound comes to Noreen, and he was bumped by Weissenberger. Good position by Cole Noreen, and Weissenberger got him. Thanks for tuning us in on Zaleski Sports tonight. Exciting day of basketball action around the state of Wisconsin. Congratulations to Coach John Geyer and the Nilsville Warrior girls basketball team. They had just one of the great comebacks today in their sectional final game, knocking off Phillips. Down by 13 at halftime. They completely shut Phillips down in the second half and punched their ticket to the state tournament. Olsen driving down the baseline, loses the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be out of bounds off of Columbus, and Grant is lucky he didn't get called for a charge that time. He lost possession of the ball, and because of that, the ref did not call that charge. 14:24 left to go. In kind of three-quarter court defense by the Dons. More token than anything, I think. There's a bump by Jacoby. Jacoby cannot afford to get into foul trouble. He usually doesn't, but every once in a while you'll see him kind of stick his nose just thinking he can get to a ball because he's so quick. And that was one of those cases there, getting called for the reach. There's a skip outside. Brame. That pass a little bit lazy. Noreen read it and got the steal. Hands off to Konechny. The Dons up by 2. Emmett drives, kicks outside to Jacoby. Pump fake. Good job by Tegan Strite, sticking right with Jacoby tonight. Olsen, one dribble out to Noreen. Back to Jacoby. Good hands by Strite. Jacoby able to recover. Strite doesn't look like he's going to give up much tonight. Wilczek, nice pump fake. Little runner on the way on the baseline, no good. Rebound ripped down by Baumgartner. And there's foul number 2 on Blake Jacoby. That is big. And right away, Charlie Moore comes off the bench. You love the aggressiveness, but you have to be careful. 2 personal fouls now with 13:40 left to go in the first half. And it will be interesting to see how long Blake Jacoby sits with those 2 personals. First sub of the night as Tegan Strite will check out. And Leighton Schuett will check in. Schuett is a 6'3" freshman, so lots of underclassmen from both these teams. And like Coach Joe Konechny said last night in our postgame interview, he kind of gets the feeling the Dons and Edgar might see themselves or see each other quite a bit in the next couple of years in these regionals and maybe even sectionals. High post, Brame turns, shoots, shot missed, rebound fought for, and Olsen knocks it out of bounds. So good job by Weissenberger going for that loose ball that time, and Olsen knocked it out of bounds. Looking at some stats, I had here's an inbounds coming to Baumgartner. He's tied up by Wilczek, and I think we've got a jump ball. Yeah, good hands by Wilczek that time. Baumgartner at 6'4", caught it, and then brought it down below his waist. And there was Wilczek digging it out. 13:11 left to go. It's a low-scoring affair so far, 4-2. Schuett, freshman at the top of, looks like a 1-3-1 defense. Wilczek catching high post. Hits Noreen, trouble handling. Pass outside to Moore. It's going to go in the backcourt. No, it's saved by Moore. Great hustle. Now the ball's stolen away. Down the lane, shot on the way for Schuett is good. And Schuett has 4 points. And now we've got a double dribble. I had my head down, couldn't see if that was Charlie or if it was Sam with that double dribble. One of them got called for it. It's 4-4, 12:46 left to go. Schuett That's Leighton Schuett. Three-pointer on the way for Leighton is no good. And now we've got a foul. I think that's going to go against Baumgartner. Baumgartner might have pushed off on Konechny. 2 personal fouls, or 2 team fouls apiece for Columbus and Edgar here in the early going. Olsen will take a seat. Olsen's got his head down. I'm not sure if he might have got shaken up on that last play. Here's Wilczek. Outside to Konechny. Yep, definitely a 1-3-1 defense being played by Edgar. And Wilczek can't handle the ball. It's stolen away. We got a push on Wilczek. Ashton Schuett got the steal, and Wilczek pushed him. First personal foul on Sam. Wilczek and Jacoby both get a lot of steals, but that aggressiveness can sometimes lead to those reach-in foul calls. Here's Brame to Leighton Hewitt. To Ashton. Now down low. Oh, hanging. There's Brame. Good hops by Brame. He kind of hung in the air and double pumped and drew the contact. And that is going to go on Lucas Kreklau, who's into the ballgame. The sophomore picks up his first personal foul. Also onto the floor now for Edgar is Carter Butt, a 5'10 sophomore. Free throw is in and out for Brame. Brame at the Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Serve Pro, the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. 12:07 left to go. Brame's second free throw is up and good. So Edgar with their first lead of the ball game, 5-4, with 12:05 left to go. Again, only 16 teams left in Division V boys basketball in the state of Wisconsin. Playing for a chance to go to sectionals. And anything can happen when you get to sectionals. Just ask the Nielsville Warriors. Down by 13 at halftime today in the girls basketball Division IV sectional final. And Osseo Fairchild down by 13 to Phillips. And they came back and won the game going to state. There's a pass by Wilczek off the hands of Kreklau. A little too hot that time. Kreklau had the seal, but he just couldn't release, and the ball soars out of bounds. 11:48 left to go. Well, last night I would say that most casual observers were perhaps a bit surprised that Gresham held their own in the first half. I don't think too many people, including Columbus faithful, are necessarily surprised that Edgar doing the same right now against Columbus. Their record not indicative of just how good they can be. 11:26, nice patient possession by Edgar. Brame catching high post. Outside to Schuett. Leighton and Ashton playing catch out there. Now Leighton back to Ashton. Down the lane is Baumgartner. Double teamed on the baseline. Loose ball. Digging it out is Wilczek, and another jump ball. That's the second jump ball that Wilczek has been able to cause. And we've got some subs. Weissenberger going to check back in. Baumgartner check it out. So Aiden Weissenberger, the 6'1" senior, back on the floor. Baumgartner, the 6'4" sophomore, will take a seat. Inbounds to Weissenberger, and he got hit by Kreklau. Lucas, foul trouble in the early going. That's #2 on Lucas Kreklau. Pretty easy call that time for the refs. Got him right on the hands. Right on the arm. Kreklau didn't even argue about that call. And I'll put Weissenberger at the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. Aiden Weissenberger's got his first point. Olsen checking back in as Kreklau will take a seat with 2 personal fouls. So Kreklau and Jacoby both on the bench. Second free throw is up and good for Weissenberger. It's kind of a tough call for a coach, how long you leave somebody as important as Blake Jacoby on the bench, as he is kind of really the heart and soul of this Columbus team in some ways. Here's Wilczek down the lane, protects, shot on the way. We've got a bump. I think that's going to go against Carter Butt. So the sophomore picks up his first personal foul. That is team foul #3 on Edgar, and that will put Wilczek at the Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Give Jamie Wenzel a call today. Serve Pro, the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. Wilczek knocks down the first one. Well, we talked about it last night. Columbus is very sophomore heavy, but they do have some senior leadership with Wilczek and Cole Noreen and Olsen. A junior as well provides some, upperclassmen leadership. They're going to need that tonight, as the stakes have never been higher for these sophomores. A chance to go to sectionals. Don's down by 1. Edgar up by 1, 7-6. Butt catches left corner. They swing it out. Layton. Back to Carter Butt. Butt open for 3, left wing, wide open. There was no closeout that time. And Carter Butt makes a pay, sticks it from the left wing. Here's Olsen, driving baseline. Outside Wilczek, extra pass, Noreen. Nice fake by Noreen, soars in, misses the finger roll. Rebound comes down to Brame. Now Brame senses he doesn't have numbers, pulls it out, but now he forces the issue. Up ahead, a little 17-foot jump shot off the front of the iron. That was Strite, Tegan Strite on that one. Konieczny, Strite hounding Wilczek out there. Strite moves his feet really well. He was guarding Jacoby before. Usually Jacoby will have a quickness advantage, not against Strite. Wilczek, top of the key 3, off the back iron, no good. Brame, rebound. The lead is 4, chance to grow it right now for the Wildcats. Brame, elbow, Butt catches. They swing it outside to Schuett. Leighton Schuett on a skip outside to Butt. Corner, Brame left open for 3, left corner, no good. Good look that time for Brame. Oh, that's Butt tipping it down to Schuett, and Schuett puts it in. Leighton Schuett, the freshman, has his first bucket of the night and give the assist on the offensive rebound to Carter Butt. And the lead is 6, 9:28 left to go. Edgar 12, Columbus 6 here in the first half. We'll take a quick break. Back to Marshfield Columbus after this on Zaleski Sports.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli, bacon, cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
We've got ourselves a ball game here in this Division 5 regional final game. Columbus hosting Edgar. Edgar on top by 6, 12-6. Charlie Moore catches outside Noreen, out of bounds to Wilczek, down the lane, loses the ball, goes out of bounds. Carter Butt just stood his ground that time. I think Wilczek was expecting to get a little bump, and Carter just stood his ground. Wilczek lost it out of bounds. 9:17 left to go. I think we're looking at 2 potentially premier Division 5 teams for the next 3 years, including this one. Strite to Brame in the high post to Carter Butt. Outside to Strite. Leaves it for Brame. Brame, good job of tipping it back to Strite. Here's a three-pointer on the way for Weissenberger. No good. Noreen up high for the rebound. Good hops by Noreen. He gives up some inches to Schuett, but was able to grab that rebound in front of him. Here comes Konieczny, and we've got a bump. That's going to go on Brame. Brame's first personal foul, team's 4th, 8:47 left to go in the half. The lead is still 6 as Noreen is going to trigger. Outside, Blake Jacoby back on the floor. There's your answer. Konieczny, Coach Konieczny, not able to keep Blake on the bench with those 2 personal fouls. Big rebound for Schuett. Up ahead, here's Strite. He'll cross the timeline with the left hand. Looks like the Dons are playing their customary 2-3. They've got Konieczny and Jacoby on top. Carter Butt working against Jacoby. On a skip outside to Strite. Schuett to Butt. Here's Brame. Turns from 7. No good. Rebound comes down to Charlie Moore. That was a good look for Brame. He could really elevate. And let's see. I think we've got a foul on Noreen with a moving screen. Yep, that's going to be a moving screen on Cole Noreen, and that is team foul number 6. So Edgar is in the bonus. The next team foul on the Dons will put Edgar in the bonus. Weissenberger taking a seat. Brame taking a seat. Back on the floor for Edgar is Ashton Schuett, as well as Baumgartner. Strite. Schuett will cross the timeline to Butt. Catches at the elbow. They had something going that time. Long 3 on the way is good for Ashton Schuett. And Schuett is lighting it up here in the first half. He's got 7 points. That was his first from downtown. The lead is 9, 15-6. Charlie Moore working against Schuett. Man defense. There's Olsen keeping the dribble. Now loses it. A turnover as Leighton Schuett comes away with that loose ball. The Dons a little bit discombobulated here in the early going. It's been a while since they've seen a team with this much athleticism. Oh, but point-blank range on the offensive rebound. Couldn't get it. Now we got a foul on Olsen. And that is going to be bonus free throws for Carter Butt. A couple good looks that time for Carter. Couldn't get it to go, but he actually drew the foul on Grant Olsen. Tammy Hosley says, go Wildcats on the Zaleski Sports chat line. First front end of the 1-and-1 missed by Carter Butt. Tell us where you're watching tonight. We'd love to know. Last night, some folks from New Mexico watching the game. Olsen, three-pointer in and out. Heartbreak City. Here comes Carter Butt. Up ahead, ball, bad pass that time, kind of tipped. I shouldn't say it was a bad pass, but it was a tough one to handle. Straight, knocked it out of bounds. 7 minutes left. The lead is still 9. Dons need to right the ship. They're capable. They were down by 9 in the first half last night, and were able to do just that. But I think they've got a little tougher opponent here tonight. Noreen outside Konechny. Konechny puts on the deck, and he gets bumped. That's the second block that Konechny has drawn on the Wildcats, and that's going to be on Leighton Hewitt, or I should say Schuett, and that is his first personal foul, team foul number 5. Blake Jacoby left open for 3. Left wing is, hey, you can't leave Blake Jacoby open from outside as he knocks down his first three-pointer of the game, his first bucket of the game. And he loves that left wing, left corner three-pointer. Good hands by Konechny, knocks out of bounds. Near steal that time by Konechny instead. It's going to be a side out. And Coach Dave Buss upset with that, upset that he was trying to call a timeout, and none of the refs heard him apparently. Dave Huss, I should say, the coach for the Edgar Wildcats. The lead is 6. Three-pointer on the way for Schuett is no good. A little too strong. Rebound comes down to Emmett Konechny. Konechny, the team's leading rebounder. Nice crossover. Konechny down the lane. Great body control. So many high school players will end up getting called for a charge in that instance, but Konechny was able to kind of twist his body out of that contact. Three-pointer on the way. That's a glancing blow off the front of the rim for Leighton Schuett. Rebound, another one for Konechny. Here's Jacoby down the lane. Floater with the right hand is good. Great touch by Blake Jacoby, and all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game, 15-13. The Dons right back into it. We'll take a quick timeout. 15-13, Dons on top of Edgar. Back to Marshfield after this on Zaleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota, powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement.
We've got a good one cooking here in Marshfield, 15-13. Edgar on top of Marshfield Columbus. 5:50 left to go in the first half. Relatively low-scoring first half. Set the foul situation. Edgar already in the bonus. Edgar has committed 5 team fouls themselves, so 2 more to get to the bonus for the Dons. Schuett outside to Brame. Edgar's got Schuett at the top of this offense. Just playing catch out there. Brame has been playing high post a lot tonight. He's stepped out in the perimeter. Strite hitting Weissenberger. He spins. Shot in the way, left-handed. He's a southpaw. Rebound. Baumgartner turns. Misses the putback. Olsen clears the glass. 2 more great possessions, or 2 more great looks, I should say, for Edgar. Olsen, great dribbling. Outside to Moore. Jacoby, three-pointer, left wing is good. Blake Jacoby. And the Dons have come all the way back to take the lead. Dons up 16-15. They must have said that his foot was on the line. Or no, that was a 3. Yep. Strite outside to Schuett. They've got Weissenberger working the high post. Brame guarded by Konieczny. Trying to see what kind of defense the Dons are playing. Looks like, oh, there's a three-pointer on the way, and that's good for Ashton Schuett, and he looked at the Columbus Dons student section. That's what we call chutzpah. I like it. A little action here. And why not? Schuett is lighting it up. He's got 10 points already. Here's Jacoby. Runner on the way. Finger roll is good. Blake Jacoby got the shoulder. And Blake Jacoby, after finding himself in foul trouble in the early going, he's right back to where we expect Blake Jacoby to be at 10 points. A couple of three-pointers and a couple tough runners, and Blake Jacoby in double figures with 3:58 left to go. Schuett outside to Brame. Weissenberger, there's Jacoby, quick hands, digging it out of there as Weissenberger momentarily lost it, and that's all Jacoby needed. Here's Olsen into the front court, leaves it for Charlie Moore. Konieczny drives the lane, layup. Oh, we've got a foul on Brame. Good call by that ref down there. The contact was right when Konieczny went past Brame. Brame kind of threw the hip out at him, and that was the block. Charlie Moore going to take a seat. Weissenberger taking a seat along with Strite. Butt back on the floor, along with Leighton Schuett. Cole Noreen going to trigger. Next foul is going to put Columbus in the bonus. Konieczny up high to gather that pass from Noreen. Way out high to Olsen. Wilczek to Konieczny. Cole Noreen. They've got Wilczek kind of meandering down there in the lane. Ball knocked away from Konieczny. Good steal by Schuett. On a bounce to his brother Leighton. And great hands by Jacoby. Great hustle by Jacoby getting back in that play and was able to knock it off the hands of Leighton Schuett and out of bounds. Otherwise, that was going to be a layup. We're tied up at 18. March Madness. Oh, and we've got a moving screen on Baumgartner. Second moving screen we've had called tonight. One on Noreen, now one on Baumgartner. Well, actually, the foul is going to be on Carter Butt. Second personal on Carter Butt. So both teams with a little bit of foul trouble that they have to mind. Jacoby and Kreklau for Columbus. Butt has 2, and I believe one other Edgar player has 2. Konieczny, three-pointer on the way, short. Up high for the rebound is Baumgartner. The sophomore got way up for that one. 3:04 left to go. Edgar looking for a quality possession. Both teams in the bonus. Possession arrow is in favor of the Dons. As Butt outside to Leighton Schuett. Back to Butt, left open for 3. It's good in front of Noreen. The 5'10 sophomore has knocked down his second three-pointer, and the lead is 3 for Edgar. Look at Coach Dave Huss telling his kids, keep moving your feet. And we've got a block. Wilczek drawing that one, and that will put Wilczek at the line to shoot bonus free throws. Fouls on Brame, his third personal foul for the leading scorer for the Edgar Wildcats. So he will take a seat, and he will likely be done for the rest of the half with 2:34 left to go. Carter Butt, I tell you what, he has given Edgar some great minutes out there. He's going to take a seat as well, get a little breather. Both these teams are deep, which is awfully nice when you get to this time of year. Wilczek drains the front end, earns the second one. Wilczek is 3 for 3 from the Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Wilczek's second free throw is up, and that is good as well. So the senior, ice water in his veins from the line. He's 4 for 4, and the lead is 1, 21-20. Edgar on top of Columbus. Schuett, great job of breaking this pressure by Edgar. No trouble whatsoever. Strite outside to Schuett. High post and Weissenberger. Back out to Leighton Schuett. Out to Ashton. Top of the key. Schuett to Strite. 2-3 defense. Edgar's looking to set some picks off of it. They got to get their spacing down. Both coaches yelling out instructions. And this gym is awfully quiet for as many people as are in this gym right now. Very patient possession for Edgar. Good strategy, especially when you're playing against the zone. Keep Columbus moving their feet, wear them out on the defensive end. My coach has always told me, you rest on offense, you work on defense. So Edgar is resting right now. Weissenberger got called for steps. Caught it on the low block, spun to the middle, and they said he moved his pivot foot that time. So turnover back to the Dons with 1:30 left to go. Konechny's going to bring it up for Columbus. Again, looks like a 1-3-1 defense by Edgar. I think Edgar's played a little bit of man tonight, but mostly this 1-3-1. And they've got some great personnel for the 1-3-1. We've kind of talked about that a little bit on our broadcast. Olsen left open for three. Nice pass to Noreen. Trouble handling. Extra pass to Wilczek. Wide open three is good. Sam Wilczek knocks it down. The Dons back on top by 2, 23-21. Great ball movement by the Dons. There's a foul on Olsen. Baumgartner was going to drive baseline, and Olsen will get called for that one. I believe that's foul number 2, and it's going to put Baumgartner at the free throw line to shoot the bonus free throws. Both teams have 18 fouls. Judith still cheering from New Mexico. Oh, and Shelley is cheering from Hilton Head, South Carolina, cheering for the Wildcats. Thanks for tuning us in. You know, I would like to be in Hilton Head right now, but then I would have missed the ice storm this morning. Second free throw's up and no good. Rebound to Wilczek. 51 seconds left to go. What a first half of basketball. Nip and tuck. There's a steal by Streit. It was able to save it in off of Baumgartner. And now Edgar with 41 seconds. Let's see if Edgar wants to hold for one. Down by 1. I think I kind of would like to hold for one if I was Edgar. The very worst that could happen is you go into halftime down by 1 against the number 5 ranked team in the state of Wisconsin. High post, Weissenberger. Outside, and I think Edgar very comfortable and content. Hold it for one shot. Streit, direct in traffic. Kind of looks like a 1-3-1 being played by the Dons right now with 6 seconds. Now Edgar's got to go to work. Tough three-pointer on the way for Schuett is no good. Noreen up high for the rebound, and that's going to do it for the first half. Not sure that's the look Coach Dave Huss wanted. A three-point jump shot off the bounce. But tell you what, he'll take the score. Down by 1 at halftime, 23-22. The Dons on top of Edgar. We've got a good one. We'll come back. Take a look at the first half stats right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. There are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
Need incentive to get started at Mid-State Technical College? 1, 2, 3 for free can save up to $900 on tuition. Start this summer if you'd like. No catches, no application fee or essays to write. 1, 2, 3 for free at Mid-State. Get started at mstc.edu.
I had an employee once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
From first contact at Dental Clinic of Marshfield, their dentists are committed to your individual attention and strive to provide personalized oral health care. They work hard to create the ultimate stress-free and comfortable dental experience. It is their mission to educate and provide the patients with the best dental care in Central Wisconsin. Whether you're looking for information on implants, teeth whitening, crowns, orthodontics, dentures, or any dental service, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has it for you. You can book your appointment online at dentalclinicofmarshfield.com or give them a call at one of their 3 locations in Marshfield, Stratford, or Neillsville today.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no one-man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in Central Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports, and welcome back to Marshfield Columbus High School Regional Final Boys Basketball tonight. The Dons on top of the Edgar Wildcats by 1, 23-22. Let's take a look at first half scoring totals. Relatively low scoring first half, especially by Columbus Dons standards. They average over 70 points per game, and they were held to 23 there in the first half. Leading the way was Blake Jacoby, despite having foul trouble. He had 2 fouls in the first 7 minutes of the ball game, but he still wound up with 10 points in that first half. Sam Wilczek, the senior, having a nice night. He's got 9 points, including perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Cole Noreen and Emmett Konieczny both have a bucket to round out the scoring for the Dons. Meanwhile, for the Edgar Wildcats, they were led in scoring by Ashton Schuett, the 6-foot sophomore, a 6-foot senior, I should say, had 10 points in the first half, and after his last three-pointer, kind of gave a smile to the Columbus Dons fan section. Good to see a little bravado there by Mr. Schuett. Carter Butt's got 6 points off the bench, 5'10 sophomore. Leighton Schuett has 2 points. Aiden Weissenberger has 2 points. Brett Baumgartner has 1, and Everett Brame has 1 point. He is the Wildcats' leading scorer, but he was held to 1 point and had 3 personal fouls in the first half. So we're at halftime. The score is 23-22. Dons on top of the Edgar Wildcats. And taking a look at some other games around the area tonight that are being played with a chance to go to sectionals for these boys basketball teams. Marshfield, right down the street, is on top of Kimberly 36-28. Newman over Spencer 39-13, but I'll tell you what, Spencer has outperformed expectations just to make it to that regional final game, but Newman all over them in the first half, 39-13. And I'm trying to get a score here from, let's see, who are we looking at? Colby, and who is Colby playing? I'll figure that out. Colby and Iola Scan. Iola Scan is ahead at halftime. Let's take a look at Marathon and Stratford. Those two teams are awfully familiar to one another. And it looks like Stratford is on top, 25-15 at halftime. So good basketball action all the way around on Zaleski Sports tonight. Make sure you tune in some of those other games, and of course they'll live on for eternity online. We're at halftime. We're going to take one more quick break. The lead is 1 for the Dons, 23-22. Our game brought to us tonight by our game day sponsors, including BAM Insurance, Chad's Auto, Lawn and Turf, Village Farm CBD, and DoorPro. And Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm's hiring event going on now. All locations are looking to hire. Get competitive pay, flexible scheduling, and a 20% discount for you and your immediate family. Apply online today. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. Another quick break, and we'll come back for the second half of action here on Zaleski Sports. Dons on top of Edgar, 23-22.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no. One-man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in Central Wisconsin.
Really got to understand what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And, you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has, you know, my best interest in mind, always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 17 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can get you rolling again. Sherrill Tire and Service Center is your locally owned commercial and farm tire specialist. Find us at SherrillTire.com.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Getting set for the second half of this Division 5 regional final game between the Edgar Wildcats and the Columbus Dons here on Zaleski Sports. Taking a look elsewhere in the bracket, Dons up by 1, by the way, at halftime, 23-22. The winner of this one is going to go on to play the winner of Newman Catholic and Spencer, and it looks at halftime like that will be Wausau Newman as they've opened up a big lead over Spencer. Newman the 1 seed, Spencer the 13. And that game is slated to be played in Wapaka. Now, the WIAA has been moving a lot of those sectional games around, but right now that's scheduled to be played in Wapaka. On the bottom half of that sectional bracket, you've got Gillett and Gibraltar doing battle tonight, number 9 and number 5 seed. How did that happen? So that game's being played at Gibraltar tonight. Three Lakes and Florence playing as well. The winner of those two games will play in Elko on Thursday night. Meanwhile, you've got McDonald Catholic taking on Athens. McDonald Catholic, a number 8 seed, knocked off the number 1 seed Clear Lake last night, 43-39. Athens, the number 4 seed, they knocked off Bruce, 73-57. Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran is also playing Turtle Lake tonight. Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran, a number 6 seed, they knocked off Flambeau. And Turtle Lake, a number 2 seed, they knocked off Owen Withee, 55-48. We're back to action here on Zaleski Sports. Dons start with the ball. It looks like Edgar's going to start in man defense. Played a 1-3-1 defense for most of the night. Looks like they've switched up to man. Konieczny, guarded by Brame. Puts on the deck. Now he loses his balance that time. Incidental contact. He got bumped and tripped, but it was just incidental contact as he went to the ground. It's really hard for a ref to make that call because there was no intent there, and I think that might have been on Brame if it was called, and that would have been foul number 4. You'd hate to see that here in the early stages. Schuett, cross court to Streit. Streit on a bounce to the high post to Weissenberger. Outside to Ashton Schuett. Streit down the lane, leaves it for Brame. Open 3, left wing is a glancing blow off the front of the iron, and there's Blake Jacoby ripping down that rebound. Jacoby into the front court, picked up by Streit. Streit sticking right with him. Streit just a sophomore. Wilczek puts it on the deck, working against Schuett. Olsen in the lane. He's got to find somebody. He's been in there a while. Konieczny driving against Brame. Brame doing a good job of staying in front. And there's a bump that time, not called. Wilczek thankfully didn't turn it over. Was able to hit Olsen. I think the Dons, from what I've seen in the early going, here's Olsen. Thinks about the 3, puts on the deck. A little 10-footer on the way is good. Grant Olsen elevating that time. Olsen has been turning down 3-pointers an awful lot to take it to the rack this year. We've got to travel on Brame. Brame thought he released that ball before he moved the pivot foot. The ref thought otherwise. 16:38 left to go. The lead's 3, 25-22. Jacoby led the Dons in scoring the first half with 10. Here's Olsen looking for cutters. Working against Baumgartner. Noreen outside to Wilczek, left wing. Here's Konieczny, catches wide open 3 from the left wing. Is a glancing blow, no good. Blake Jacoby fighting for the rebound. Now Streit had it momentarily. Let's see who the call's on. Bodies flying all over. Did they just get Jacoby? They did. That is number 3 on Blake Jacoby. I don't know, man. Jacoby he had a rebound, an offensive rebound, and then he went to the floor trying to gain possession of it. There's just kids fighting for a loose ball down there. But that is foul number 3 on Jacoby. So Jacoby and Brame all have 3. Bad pass that time, stolen away by Wilczek, and now Wilczek turns it right back over to Schuett. Weissenberger's on the bench for Edgar as they bring in Carter Butt, who had a really nice first half, knocking down a couple threes and also getting a couple big rebounds. Here's Butt. Outside to Streit. Between the circles, Schuett. Baumgartner, left corner. Brame centers back to Schuett. They just whip it around the perimeter right now, looking for weaknesses. And there's Brame finding one. Layup is good. Good find by Streit. A little curl action that time by Brame. And Everett Brame, the Edgar Wildcats' leading scorer, has his first field goal. He's got 3 points on the night. But that was his first field goal. And there's a travel on Jacoby. Took a little shuffle step before he put the ball down. Olsen going to take a seat. Kreklau onto the floor. He's got 2 personals. 15:28 left to go. Dons on top by 1, 25-24. The biggest lead of the ball game was 9 points by the Edgar Wildcats. Edgar led most of the first half, just kind of like last night against Gresham. The Dons found themselves down quite a bit in the first half. Ball off the hands of Brame, and now here comes Konieczny. Good hands by Schuett. Konieczny finds Cole Noreen. Outside extra pass. Wilczek right of center. 3 is off the mark. No good. Offensive rebound almost for Kreklau. Knocks it to his running mate Cole Noreen. Wilczek. Couple dribbles with the right hand. Konieczny guarded by Schuett. One thing that Edgar has is they've got some length, and it's making it very difficult for the Don shooters to get their three-pointers up. Noreen sticks a shoulder into Brame. Outside three-pointer for Konieczny is off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound comes down to Brame. Streit doing a good job of handling that pass from Brame. Wasn't quite ready for it. Here's Butt, guarded by Jacoby out there. 2-3 defense, it looks like, by the Dons. And we have an offensive foul on Baumgartner. Noreen took that one. Baumgartner kind of put the shoulder down just a little bit. And that's what he was called for. That is foul number 3 on Baumgartner. Actually, foul number 2 on Baumgartner. Streit takes a seat. And Leighton Schuett onto the floor. The 6'4" freshman, 6'3" freshman. There's an ankle breaker by Jacoby. Easily moving his way into the front court. 1-3-1 defense. This is the personnel I think that Coach Huss likes to use, that 1-3-1. Here comes Charlie Moore, dribbling outside to Wilczek. Wilczek down the lane, finds Kreklau, nothing called, big block. Oh, they got him for a foul. Ashton Schuett up high for that one, but must have got him on the arm. There were bodies all over the place. It started with Wilczek going down the lane, lots of contact. The Edgar Wildcats faithful wanted a charge. Instead, big block that time by Schuett, but got Kreklau on the arm. That is personal team foul number 2 on the Wildcats. Kreklau, sophomore at the free throw line, knocks down that one. That's his first bucket of the ball game for the Kraken. 26-24. 2-point lead for the Dons. Kreklau looking to add to it. That free throw's up and good. So Kraken with a pair from the Surf Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Edgar has not had too much difficulty breaking the pressure here tonight, but it's been something for the Wildcats to think about. Here's Butt. Outside to Brame. Brame's only got 3 points so far in this ball game. He's averaging just under 10. 13:45 left to go. Baumgartner. Three-pointer on the way for Schuett is no good. He had 10 points in the first half. There's Brame. Offensive rebound, but stolen away by Charlie Moore, and Moore able to get it to Wilczek. And Wilczek will slow it down. against this 1-3 defense. Jacoby, what happened? Did he travel? Must have traveled. I didn't see the call. I was blocked by the student section. But I know Jacoby went on a little drive that time, and I think he got called for the travel. Konechny checking in. Jacoby going to check out. Coach Konechny tell him just calm down a little bit. He's got 3 personal fouls. But big-time pressure in a regional final game with a chance to move on to sectionals, 2 games away from the state tournament. 13-20 left to go in this ball game. The lead is 3. Don's on top, 27-24. Baumgartner thinks about the 3, puts it on the deck, down the lane, a little runner on the way, no good. Offensive rebound fought for, Wilczek able to clear the glass. Wilczek to Kreklau. Wilczek, little shot fake that time. Loses the dribble, finds Kreklau. Now we've got Butt, and it was Kreklau on the baseline. So it's going to be a turnover back to Edgar. No, they called Kreklau for a foul. That's going to be foul number 3 on Kreklau. And Olsen check it in. Man, lots of foul trouble for both these teams. Kreklau's got 3. Jacoby's got 3. Brame's got 3. I think Baumgartner might have 3 as well. 12:48 left to go. Edgar. They find Butt in the middle to break the pressure. Brame really, really calm and relaxed working against this pressure. Looks like the Dons have kind of sticking with their 2-3 defense. Just having Konechny extend it just a little bit. Edgar likes to run somebody in the high post. Here comes Brame flashing the high post. Oh, and there was a miscommunication. Butt thought he might have had Weissenberger going down the baseline that time behind the zone. Instead throws it out of bounds. Got a full timeout. We'll tell you that our game tonight brought to us by our fine sponsors, including Village Farm. At the Village Farm, we are dedicated to providing you quality products at an affordable cost. We have 10 greenhouse facilities in which we grow our product. Our products are locally grown in central Wisconsin, processed and distributed for those who take pride in buying local. Choose from CBD tinctures, lotions, American Wisconsin ginseng products, and more. Visit Village Farm in Edgar or on Facebook today. And Hawkins Ash CPAs is the certified public accounting firm that's big enough to serve you but small enough to care. Accounting professionals in the firm's Marshfield office provide local tax and accounting services and are backed with the resources and support of 9 other offices and more than 150 team members. Contact Hawkins Ash CPAs in Marshfield for all of your tax and accounting needs. Visit them online at hawkinsash.cpa to learn more. Patricia watching the Wildcats and Dons play. She's cheering for the Dons down in Missouri tonight. And Chris cheering on Edgar from Florida. My father is in Maui right now playing golf and rubbing it in every single day of that long vacation. He deserves it, though. Cole Noreen outside Jacoby. Toma was on the line that time. Shot no good. Fight for the loose ball, and I think we're going to have, let's see, was it Brame or was it Weissenberger? Oh, the foul was on Brame. 4th personal for Everett Brame, and he's going to take a seat. He'll probably be down, I would say, until maybe the 8-minute mark. Suffer Brame, the 5'11 senior, has found himself in foul trouble pretty much all night and has 4 personal fouls right now. Noreen outside to Olsen. Lots of nerves when you're playing as a senior because you know this could be your last ball game ever. And as much as you try not to think about it, it weighs on you. Olsen outside, patient set by the Dons. Not a ton of movement. Noreen flashes high post. Konechny right a set of 3, no good. Rebound. Schuett rips it down. Sophomore. Actually, the senior up high. But ill-advised pass looking for Weissenberger. Olsen read it, steals it away. Now the Dons have numbers if they want to use it. Quite an exhibition out there by Olsen, breaking the pressure all by himself. Leaves it for Konechny, guarded by Weissenberger. On a skip outside Jacoby. Thinks about the 3. Great closeout by Leighton Schuett that time. Schuett, 6'3", with those long arms, kind of hounding Jacoby, making it so he can't get the shot off. I like the strategy by Coach Huss. And the other nice thing about that is because he's so tall, he can play off of Jacoby a little bit. Konechny down the lane got tripped up. Let's see if that was going to be on the ground or if it's going to be a shooting foul. The foul is going to go against Ashton Schuett, his second personal foul. Team foul number 4. And it was on the floor. Now Konechny looking to trigger. Looking for cutters, finds Noreen with 10:59 left to go. Here's Olsen. Outside Konechny. Set piece. The Dons like to run. Charlie Moore, three-pointer on the way. Off the back iron, no good. Noreen up high for the offensive rebound, but loses it. Now here comes Streit. Dribbling through traffic. Charlie Moore gets it back. Now Konechny. Little runner on the way is good for Emmett. That started with Noreen attacking the offensive glass. He lost it, but then Streit tried to dribble through a triple team. Moore went to the ground and was able to find Konechny, who made a tough little runner on the left side of the basket. Now the lead's 5. 10:25 left to go. Butt directing traffic. Konechny's got 4. Give Coach Huss a lot of credit because he has read the scouting report. Quick little turnaround on the way for Schuett is no good. Noreen, another rebound. He is attacking the glass. The Dons need him to attack the glass. Here comes Jacoby down the lane. He's so good at that little runner. There it is. Great touch by Blake. And I think Coach Huss needs a timeout. Yep, he just signaled for one. The Dons have extended this lead to 7. Their biggest lead in the ballgame, 31-24. 9:54 left in this one. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back to Marshfield after this on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Back to Marshfield. The score is 31-24. Dons on top of Edgar. Thanks for tuning us in tonight on Zaleski Sports. And thanks to all of our sponsors for making this possible. About ready to get underway, and we've got 6 players on the floor. Butt was supposed to be in. Weissenberger was out there. Now, if they would have inbounded it, that could have been a technical foul, but the ref caught it. I'm sure Coach Konechny was kind of hoping that they wouldn't catch that. 9:49 left to go. Streit work in the middle, outside Baumgartner. Down the lane, nice move by Baumgartner, shot missed, gets his offensive rebound, and he's fouled by Konechny. A lot of ball on top, but got him with the body. And that will put Baumgartner at the free throw line. Konechny, I think, is one of the few Dons players not in foul trouble. That is his first personal foul. So Baumgartner at the free throw line to shoot a pair. First free throw is up and good. Second point of the night. He was 1 for 2 from the line in the first half. He is a 6'4" sophomore. Second free throw is up, and that one rolls around. Good touch by Baumgartner. Drains both of them. That puts the lead back at 5. Now Jacoby, as Edgar extends that pressure a little bit, 1-3-1 pressure, kind of extending it three-quarter court. And Jacoby, lots of arms and long limbs. He has to negotiate out there. Charlie Moore comes to the high post, able to find Wilczek down in the corner. Actually, that's Olsen out there. Jacoby lost the handle on it momentarily. Oh, soaring in his stride. Almost took himself right out of the play into the stands. Konechny. Edgar really moving on defense, looking for a steal. And there was a reach in by Streit. Streit thought he got all ball and knocked it off of Noreen's leg, but he reached in that time. And that's going to be team foul number 5 on Edgar. And first personal on the sophomore, Tegan Street. Inbounds, comes to Konechny. Nails the 3 from the right corner. Emmett Konechny, ka-ching. 8:56 left to go. The lead is 8. Biggest lead of the ballgame for the Dons. Edgar's got to get some movement. Schuett. And there's an errant pass. It was between Streit and Butt. Streit thought it was for Butt. It was actually for him, and he let it go, and it goes out of bounds. Wilczek checks in. Charlie Moore checks out. So this could be a huge possession right now for the Dons. They could push the lead to double figures. That is a mental hurdle that's tough to overcome sometimes in basketball. Jacoby leaves it for Wilczek. Olsen drives down the lane. Oh, if he would have turned, he had an open layup. Now here comes Wilczek. Outside Konechny, left open for three. Left corner. In and out. Rebound, Noreen. Put back is good. Cole Noreen has been working the glass. Way up high for that one. And the lead is 10. Here's a skip outside to Butt. Who from the Wildcats wants to take a shot right now? They need some points. They need some offense, and they need some movement working against this zone defense from the Dons. Butt on a skip outside Baumgartner. He'll put it on the deck, leave it for Strite. Butt hounded by Noreen. Now a skip way outside to Schuett. He'll drive the baseline, leave it outside to Ashton Schuett. Back outside to Baumgartner. Great closeouts by the Dons. Nothing, no space, and there's another turnover for Edgar. Everett Brame back on the floor with 4 personal fouls. Weissenberger also back on the floor for Edgar. Butt and Strite taking a seat for the Wildcats. Again, only 16 teams left in Division 5 in the state of Wisconsin. These two teams playing for a chance to go to sectionals next Thursday night, scheduled for Wapaka. They'll play the winner of Wausau Newman and Spencer. And again, that looks like it's going to be Newman. Here's Jacoby. Oh, he just lost it. Took his eye off that pass, and it goes out of bounds. So that could be a break that Edgar can use. They need to capitalize on it. 7:21 left to go in this one. The Dons continue to play kind of three-quarter court pressure, and then they usually fall back into their 2-3. Here's a skip outside to Brame. Catches, puts it on the deck. Down the lane, loses it. We've got to reach on Wilczek. That's going to be what, number 3 or 4 on Wilczek? No, only 2 on Sam. I thought he had 2 in the first half. I was mistaken. Ashton Schuett inbounds. Here's Weissenberger at the high post. Outside to Ashton. See a lot of teams run that action off the inbounds, trying to hit the inbounder. The inbounder is the primary option on a lot of inbounds plays. Usually you pass it in and then you get a little screen on the defender. Here's Brame working the high post outside. Weissenberger, three-pointer on the way. That is too strong. Rebound chased down by Konechny. Yeah, looking at the stats today, Emmett leads the Dons. Three-pointer on the way for Wilczek is good. Big bucket for Wilczek. Heat check for Wilczek. And Wilczek has 12. And Coach Dave Huss needs another timeout. He has got all kinds of problems now. 39-26 with 6:28 left to go. We'll be back to Marshall Columbus after this on Zaleski Sports.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Northside Computers is Marshfield's US Cellular store. Visit us on South Central Avenue in Marshfield for the latest Samsung, Apple, personal cellular devices, tablets, and more.
Yeah, they're announcing that fact that Blake Jacoby finished second in the state of Wisconsin during the regular season in three-point shooting in Division 5, so he will be taking part in the three-point shooting contest at the state tournament. The top 2 shooters in each division, I think, get to compete at the state tournament. Well, the Dons have kind of extended a little bit of a lead right now. 39-26, so the lead is up to 13. Taking a look down the way, Marshfield went into halftime. Marshfield Senior High went into halftime leading Kimberly, but all of a sudden Kimberly on top with 2 minutes left to go in that one. Kimberly on top 61-60 at the Fieldhouse at Marshfield Senior High. So good action down there as well. Here's Brame outside, feeding the post, and Weissenberger. Brame catches. Needs somebody from this Wildcats team to step up and demand the ball. They've got Baumgartner working on Wilczek. Long three on the way is off the mark for Schuett. Baumgartner, offensive rebound, put back too strong. Fighting for the rebound down there. Wilczek had good position. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see who they get the foul on. Was that going to be on Jacoby or was that going to be on Schuett? It's on Jacoby. Blake Jacoby has 4 personal fouls now. God, that is the second one where it was just a loose ball and 2 kids just fighting for it. I think the refs feel they have to call something out there, and I get it completely. There was definitely contact. Tough if you're Blake Jacoby. 3-pointer on the way for Schuett, no good. Noreen bumped by Weissenberger. Weissenberger knew it. Team foul number 6. Next one's going to put the Dons in the bonus. And I would say the last maybe 8 minutes have been all Dons. Dons have been in control in the second half of this one. Konieczny out to Noreen. Pass nearly stolen away. It's going to be off the Edgar Wildcat player down there. Schuett knocked it out of bounds. 5:43 left to go. Got a lot of students in front of me as Wilczek whips it out. Almost a half court, and Grant Olson. Now they hit Wilczek to Konieczny in the corner. Noreen to Moore, who's on the floor right now for the Dons. Nice crossover by Konieczny. Turnaround from 8 is good for Emmett. Konieczny having a nice second half when the Dons needed it. He's got 7 here in the second half. And now the lead is 15. Brame working against Wilczek. The Edgar faithful looking for more movement on the part of the Wildcats. Here's Schuett heaving up a 3-pointer, and that's good from the left corner. That was a deep 3 for Leighton Schuett. He's got 5. Here's Konieczny. So the lead is 12. That was a big shot by Schuett. Charlie Moore. He had 18 last night. He's been held, I believe, scoreless in this ballgame. Down the lane, Charlie Moore got fouled going to the rack, and I think that was going to be on Leighton Schuett. That'll put Charlie Moore at the free throw line to shoot a pair. .442 left to go in this one. Again, the winner goes on to play Wausau Newman in Wapaka on Thursday night. Charlie Moore at the free throw line, held scoreless so far, and that first free throw is off the mark at the ServPro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. ServPro, the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. ServPro, like it never happened. Strite into the ball game. Ashton Schuett going to take a seat. So the Wildcats have Baumgartner out there with Leighton Schuett, Weissenberger, Strite, and Everett Brame on the floor. Charlie Moore, second free throw. In and out. Rebound. Strite gathers it. So an empty trip from the free throw line for Charlie. Down the lane, Strite. That is an easy call. Olson was standing down there the entire time that Strite had the ball, and Strite just ran right into him. I don't mind the aggressiveness there, and Strite, as a sophomore, is going to learn. On a drive like that, you just have to jump straight up. You have to gather your body. Make sure you have control of it. Wilczek. Ooh, feeds Noreen. That could have been over and back that time as Noreen caught in the front court, threw it back to Konieczny. Charlie Moore on a bounce to Noreen. Hounded out there by Hewitt. There's a steal by Strite. Now Strite has numbers. Crosses over, down the lane, loses the handle. Ball goes out of bounds off of Wilczek. Strite had designs to take that one right to the rack. He just lost control of it momentarily, and it goes out of bounds. So this is still doable. Ashton Schuett checks back in for Edgar. Is that right? Edgar has only scored 7 points this entire half. They went into halftime with 22 points. They've got 29 right now. Strite. Inbounds. Wide open is Schuett. Drains it. I don't know what happened there, but there was nobody within 10 feet of Schuett. And Schuett stays hot. Knocks one down. He's got 13. Pass to Noreen. And all of a sudden the lead back to single digits and 9. That's what the three-pointer can do. Nobody is out of any ball game right now because the three-point shooting has improved. There's a ball knocked away from behind, near turnover by the Dons. No-look pass by Olson. Extra pass to Wilczek. Body lays it up with the left hand and good. That was a great pass by Olson. It was no look. He was looking out to the right wing, and he knew all the time that he was going to pass that down to Noreen, who was wide open, and made the extra pass to Wilczek, and Wilczek got the layup. Weissenberger three-pointer on the way. That looks good, and it is. So Weissenberger knocks down the 3, and the lead is now 8. Ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Edgar ball. Noreen threw it out of bounds. I think Noreen thought that Strite might have tipped it that time, but the ref said the ball went right out of bounds. Charlie Morgan to check out. Blake Jacoby back onto the floor. All of a sudden, Edgar can nip this down to a 6 or 5-point lead if they knock down a 3-pointer. And we've got a timeout. Timeout for Coach Joe Konieczny in Columbus. 3:19 left to go. The lead is down to 8, and Edgar has the ball. Our broadcast tonight brought to us by H&S Manufacturing in Marshfield. They're hiring. If you're a hardworking individual, then we need you. Do you want a solid company that offers top wages along with a very generous benefits package? Then check out our open positions at H&S. Our benefits include health, dental, life, and disability, plus 401k, cash bonuses, $2 shift bonus, and a substantial vacation plan that has you earning vacation from your very first day. We're looking for welders, painters, and assemblers for both first and second shift. To apply online, Google us at H&S Manufacturing or log on to hsmfgco.com. All right, let's see if I can get a score for the Marshfield-Kimberly game. Kimberly extending that lead, looks like to 66-60. And there is only 25 seconds left to go. And now it's 67-60. So unless something miraculous happens down the street, a great season for the Marshfield Tiger senior high boys basketball team. A season that they exceeded expectations might be coming to an end tonight in a regional final game against Kimberly. All right, this game's still in play. 3:19 left to go. 43-35. Edgar needs a good possession. Brame, catch and shoot, 3-pointer. Oh, that looked good, no good. Rebound comes down to Noreen. That was just a little too strong for Brame. Now here comes Jacoby, working against Schuett. Hitting Wilczek, nearly knocked away by Butt. Now here comes Olsen. Olsen was kind of the cool head last night, kind of running time off the clock against Gresham. Wilczek, he's double teamed near midcourt. Turns the corner now against Schuett, outside to Olsen. Olsen, bullet pass to Noreen. Layup is good. Grant Olsen. His passing, I'm going to say, has been one of the big differences in this ballgame. Olsen's passing, Noreen's rebounding, things that might go missed in the box score. And that time, Noreen finished. First time I thought he could have finished, he made an extra pass to Wilczek, and Wilczek made the layup. That time he finished it. Good to see. 2:11 left to go. That pushed the lead back to 10. Weissenberger working in the post, and he gets body on Olsen. Oh, they called on Wilczek, so that will be Wilczek's third personal foul. Olsen, I think, thought the foul was on him. Weissenberger at the free throw line to shoot 2. First one is a little too strong for Aiden. Aiden's a senior. Again, both these teams' seniors have to be thinking right now, if they lose, it's the end of the line. So Weissenberger at the free throw line. This is where Edgar can make some hay with the clock stopped. 2:07 left to go. Weissenberger's second free throw is up and good. The lead is back to 9, and we've got a sub. Coach Huss came running over like, let me get my sub in here. Weissenberger checks out. Leighton Schuett, the freshman, checking back in. Edgar has some length and some young length that's going to be around for a few years. Here's a pass to Noreen. Hitting Wilczek in the front court. They break the timeline. Wilczek finds Jacoby near midcourt. Keep moving the pass. Olsen, extra pass. Konieczny left open for 3. Left wing, in and out, halfway down. Another offensive rebound for Cole Noreen. Konieczny, finger roll at the left hand is good. Well, we talk about it all the time. The Dons don't have a ton of height. And that's why they need somebody like Noreen at 6 foot, but with good hops. They need him to attack the glass. Strite, a long three-pointer. Strite from downtown, and he's got his first bucket of the night. And it's a long 3. Ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to be off a strike. Going to stay Columbus ball. So the lead is 8. 1:20 left to go. I'd rather be in the Don's position right now than Edgar's, but Edgar's not out of it. As Wilczek gets bumped by Schuett. Tell you what, that's not a bad foul because, yeah, it's going to stop the clock. Third personal foul on Schuett. Butt's going to check in for Edgar, and Wilczek is going to go to the free throw line to shoot the bonus. Free throw is missed. Rebound soaring in for it is Ashton Schuett. So, another possession for Edgar. Let's see what they can do. Long three-pointer on the way for Schuett is no good. Wilczek has the ball knocked out of his hands. Comes to Street, who misses a bunny. Jacoby was able to knock it off the leg of Carter Butt, and it goes out of bounds. Charlie Moore hustling in for an offensive to defensive substitution as Olsen will take a seat. Baumgartner going to check in. Brame checking out. Weissenberger checking out. And Butt checks out. So 1 minute to go. The lead is 8 for the Dons. Here's Jacoby. Couple dribbles. Into the front court, Noreen. They had Moore sneaking towards the rim that time. Discretion is the better part of valor, as the saying goes, and that was wise of Noreen not to force that pass. Moore gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. And it's going to be double bonus time, so Charlie Moore going to get 2 free throws. So Charlie Moore at the free throw line. He's been held scoreless tonight, and he is 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Baumgartner will take a seat as Strite is back on the floor. They need some three-point shooters out there. Down by 8 with 46.2 seconds left to go. Second free throw is up and good for Charlie. The lead is 9. Moore will take a seat. Olsen back on the floor to play some defense. Here comes Brame to Schuett. They've got to get some shots up in a hurry. Outside, Leighton Schuett, three-pointer for Strite is no good. Rebound, yep, that was an easy call. Weissenberger pushed off, and that's going to put Konechny at the free throw line. I can see that one from up here. Extended the arms, 35.3. And it is, again, dripping away from Edgar right now with 35.3 left to go. Foul on Weissenberger. Personal foul number 3. And Coach Konechny using this time to pull his team over a little timeout by proxy. Saw Coach Geyer doing that in the girls' game today. Every once in a while, the refs will come over and say, well, you can't really use it as a timeout and yada, yada, yada. But first free throw for Konechny is no good. Second free throw is pure for Emmett. Here comes Strite in the front court. 33 seconds left to go. Three-pointer on the way for Strite. Nothing but air. Goes out of bounds. Turnover back to the Dons. Moore checking back in. This was a great high school basketball game. Edgar gave Columbus everything they could handle. But Columbus just a little too skilled, a little too deep for the Wildcats tonight. But these two teams will meet up again, I'm sure. And as I say that, turnover by Konechny. 22 seconds left to go. Grant Olsen back on. Charlie Moore and Grant Olsen have been swapping in and out last couple times down the floor. Schuett to Strite. Got to get a three-pointer up quick, even if it's not a good look. And that one goes off the back iron, no good. Fighting for the loose ball is Schuett. Outside to Ashton Schuett. Three-pointer is off the mark. And Olsen up high for that rebound. He gets fouled by Weissenberger. 10 seconds left to go, and I think that's it. The white flag will come up. And all the white T-shirts in the stands are standing up, saluting their Dons, moving on to sectionals, 2 games away from state. And it's fitting that Grant Olsen is at the line. probably just heard that. Stratford knocking off Marathon tonight in Stratford. So they're moving on to sectionals. Coach Kurt Schmidt has got another good team. I went to see them play against Nilsville the night after Nilsville and Columbus went into double overtime, and Stratford knocked off Nilsville that night. Brame checking out, get a nice round of applause from the Edgar faithful as that senior has played his last game as an Edgar Wildcat. Tough to see. Free throw on the way for Olsen is good. I've got Olsen for 4 points. And we've got some more subs coming in the ballgame now for Edgar. Classy move by Coach Huss. Getting Peyton Dalkey out there, a 6'2" senior. Also checking in, number 44, Brady Stencil, a 5'11" junior. Ethan Sandelski, a 6' junior, is out there for Edgar, along with Butt. And Strite's going to take a seat as well. It's been a really good year for Edgar, and I think the future is bright for these Edgar Wildcats. Strite will heave up a 30-footer. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Konieczny, and that's going to be the ball game. He'll just dribble it out in the backcourt. The Dons going on to sectionals with a 51-39 win over the Edgar Wildcats. It was a well-played game. I thought Edgar really held up well for most of this ball game. Just in the end, a little bit too much. Columbus Dons here tonight. Once again, the final score, 51-39. The Dons on top of Edgar. Let's take a little break. We'll come back for a Nasonville Dairy post-game report here on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Hosting a tournament, running a sports camp, collecting team fees, youth or adult, Tournament Depot offers end-to-end solutions for everything you need to make running your organization a pleasure. Quick registration setup, team management, communication, leaderboard, online updates, simple and/or self-check-in. Don't hate the bookkeeping process. Let us help make them painless and quick. Let us show you how easy it can be. Check us out at tournamentdepot.com or call us at 612-524-9981 for information.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
All right, back to Marshfield Columbus. Columbus Dons moving on to sectionals, winning this regional final game tonight over the Edgar Wildcats by a final score of 51-39. This game at halftime was tight. It was 23-22. The Dons had a 1-point advantage despite Edgar leading most of the first half. At the 9:54 mark in the second half, the Dons opened up a 31-24 lead that caused Edgar to call a timeout, and Edgar just could never get over the hump. They made a couple nice little runs, but it was too much Columbus Dons here tonight, winning this ball game 51-39. Take a look at the scoring for Edgar. We'll start with Edgar. They were led in scoring by Ashton Schuett. He had 10 points in the first half and finished with 13, so the Dons did a much better job on Schuett in the second half. Aiden Weissenberger had 6 points. Carter Butt had 6 points. Leighton Schuett had 5. Tegan Strite had 3. Brett Baumgartner had 3. And Everett Brame, Edgar's leading scorer, had 3 points tonight for Edgar. The Dons led in scoring. They had 3 in double figures, as they usually do. It can be 3 different players every single night. And tonight it was Sam Wilczek who led the way with 14 points. Emmett Konieczny had 12. Blake Jacoby had 12. Cole Noreen had 6 points. Charlie Moore had 1 point. Lucas Kreklau had 2. And Grant Olson had 4 points for the Dons. So the Dons are going to move on. They will move on to a sectional semifinal game that will be played Thursday night. That's scheduled for Wapaka, and it's going to be against Wausau Newman. More than likely, it's going to be played in Wapaka. However, the WIAA does change a lot of those locations, but I'm sure we'll have that ball game for you right here on Zaleski Sports. It should be exciting. The Dons 2 games away from state. Congratulations to the Edgar Wildcats for a great season of basketball and a great game here tonight. They really represented Edgar well. Both teams very classy. I saw Coach Huss and Coach Konieczny spend a little extra time after the handshake line. They know that they'll see each other again probably in a few years. We're going to take another break on the Nasonville Dairy postgame report, and we're going to grab Coach Joe Konieczny for his postgame comments. And I think we'll grab a player tonight as well. I kind of want to talk to Grant Olson and Cole Noreen, 2 kids that don't score a ton of points, but they would Columbus would not have won this ball game if not for their contributions out there tonight. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and get some interviews going. Again, Marshfield Columbus knocks off Edgar. They're going to sectionals 51-39.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Yep, no problem. I'm going to talk to Coach. Yeah. Could you grab Grant Olson and Cole Marine for me and set them up? Thank you. All right, Andy, can you hear me? We're down on the floor. We're just waiting for some pictures to be taken, but Columbus regional champions moving on to a sectional semifinal Thursday night against Wausau Newman. We're going to grab Coach Konieczny, talk to him, and also Grant Olson and Cole Noreen in just a little bit. Congratulations. Oh, that's awesome. Is this good, Andy, right here? All right. Coach Joe Konieczny, regional champions. That's got to feel really good once again.
It does, and I tell you what, Coach Huss and the Edgar Wildcats, you want to talk about class act.
Yeah.
The way they battled and then the way they conducted themselves after the game, just couldn't say enough about that guy. If you watch them, their first game against Newman to today, what he does is unbelievable, and we plan on seeing them the next few years with some of those young players they got, but what a class program we beat today.
I thought they are kind of a carbon copy of you guys. I mean, underclassmen, kind of the way they play. In a couple of years, like you said last night, I think you'll see them again.
Well, yeah, I mean, their sophomores are really good, you know. Baumgartner, the rest. I mean, and then they got 4 seniors, kind of like us. They're a mix of old and young that just play for each other. And you saw how they started the game. They had us down 15-6 with just grit and determination and all the little things a team needs to do to be good. And then luckily we hit some shots, you know, from that point on, and we're able to win the game against a really good team.
Well, I thought, you know, the first half, kind of like last night, Edgar was very strong in the first half. Blake Jacoby getting foul trouble early, that had to be a concern for you guys.
It did. You know, he got 2 quick ones when he went out. Our offense is affected. You know, you think of him defensively, but he's such a good shooter and spaces the floor, and he's such a bulldog physically, just willing to compete physically on both ends. And when he went out, we hit a few shots, and then we got him back in. And there's a few times we had to decide, you know, it's worth it. We have to have him out there. If we're going to go down, we're going to go down with Blake getting as many minutes as possible. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we did there.
And, you know, I kind of noticed your three-point shooters have been so good all year. Edgar had some length, and that was causing some problems for some of your three-point shooters tonight.
It did, especially the first 3 quarters. We had a hard time getting space. They just closed so hard. If you don't come off a screen shoulder to shoulder, they're through it, and it's an ineffective screen. We did a lot of that tonight. But they're just such a well-coached defensive team. To get a win, I'm just really proud of our boys.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to 2 guys here, Grant Olson and Cole Noreen, who don't show up a lot in the scoring column sometimes, but anybody that watches you guys play, and especially tonight, I don't think you would have won this game if it wasn't for these 2 out there. Cole Noreen getting the boards hard, and Olson down the stretch making some really critical passes.
Yeah, well, you know, everybody wants to be the CEO of the company and score the points and make the big salary, but the company doesn't function unless somebody's willing to sacrifice for the good of the group. And you want to talk about 2 guys that have done that, it would be these 2. They do whatever is asked of them, whether or not they're ever going to get credit for it. They just want to win, and as long as we win, they're happy, and I love them both, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Yeah, and I know you got to get to another interview, but one more quick question. Wausau Newman Thursday night. What do you know about Newman?
Well, we know they're very good. You know, two really, really good players and a lot of fantastic athletes around them. So I'm really proud that we get a chance to stand in and be standing against them on Thursday night. And we're going to play hard, and we're going to try to figure some things out and try to be in the game.
Okay. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys, come on in here. So people that follow basketball know that you have to have some what we call dogs on the team, guys that are willing to do some hard work and not get maybe all the accolades. I'm going to start with you, Cole. At 6 foot tall, I'm 5'9". I don't know if you're 6 foot tall, but you got some hops. And Coach Knitzky calls on you to rebound, and you rebounded like crazy tonight. Talk about the role you play on this team.
No, it's not just me, it's my teammates too. They do a great job boxing out, and the ball bounces to me and I go grab it. And that's my job, and I'm happy to do that for this team.
Yeah, I also see you play a little boxing one action, and you're usually the guy face guarding, so you're willing to put the work in.
Yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice scoring and some of the offensive stuff to get stops on defense, and that's just as important as scoring to me. So.
Yep. Down the stretch, Grant, you really did a nice job of moving the defense with your eyes and doing the little no-look action. As a former point guard, I see that, you know. So talk about what your mindset is out on the floor.
Just to make the easy play, find who's open, get it to him as any way I can.
Yeah. What does it feel like to be a regional champion now?
Amazing.
Yeah. So a chance, 2 games away from state. You guys got to fire up, get some good nights of practice, and take on Newman on Thursday.
Yeah, we've done it in the past, so we have to try to follow in their footsteps.
Sounds good. And as a junior and a senior, along with Sam, you guys really are the senior leadership on this ball club that has a lot of sophomores coming up. So congratulations, guys, on the regional championship.
Thank you.
Okay, why don't you grab the mic and look in there and say, I'm Cole Noreen, and then I'm Grant Olson, and we're in the house. Right up there, whenever you're ready.
I'm Cole Noreen.
I'm Grant Olson.
And we're in the house.
Good job, guys. Congratulations. Good job, Cole.